Hello, my name is Joshua Jenkins, and I'm with Gold Payment Incorporated. I come today to discuss the core program, or equity program, that has been established by your city, and the failure of protected class businesses to truly be afforded equity. City offices have failed to allow these protected class businesses to utilize the deferral of permitting fees until after the full implementation of the program, a time that is yet to be concisely defined. We believe that doing this only helps to deplete a market full of companies that have been afforded protections by your city council, protections that are in place to facilitate equity. The solution to this issue is simple. Defer or waive the fees associated with these businesses until after the proof of... Can I finish my statement, please? Can I finish my statement without being interrupted?
We're doing Q, no.
I mean,
we're doing Q&A.
I'm asking a question. I can get to the question. So I'm pointing to...
Hold on. You're here in the City Hall chambers. So we're doing Q&A. So I'm happy to talk to you about the core program that I spent months working on in length, whenever you want. But,
Exactly.
But if everyone, hold on. If everyone here does the rest of 5 minutes statement, it would take the thing time. So
Is this a 5 minute
question? I'm happy to answer your question.
Is one piece of paper a 5 minute statement? I have barely got 30 seconds into it. So I'm going to finish reading my statement, and then I'm going to ask the question that I have, because the statement is regarding the question. So we believe that doing this only helps to deplete a market full of companies that have been afforded protections by your city council. Protections that are in place to facilitate equity.
Can I get the question or the mic, please?
Okay, we plan on soon applying for the application. Does the city effectively say that they will allow for all veteran-owned businesses to implement the actions of Business and Professions Code 16102, which allows for the actual waiver of all fees associated with the startup of vending of any business that is not dealing with alcohol that is primarily owned by veteran-owned businesses? But you wouldn't let me get to that part, so I can't read the law. So there you go.
10-minute speech. So where's 16.102?
Business and Professions Code, State of California. State of California Business and Professions Code. Every soldier, sailor, marine of the United States who has received an honorable discharge or release from active duty under honorable conditions from such service may hawk, peddle, vend any goods, wares, or merchandise owned by him except spirituous, malt, Venus, or other intoxicating liquor without payment of any license, tax, fee, or whatsoever, whether municipal, county, or state, and the Board of Supervisors shall issue to such soldier, sailor, or marine without cost a license therefore. That's the code.
So that provision is applicable to charter cities also because we're not a county, right? And that provisional that code that you just cited references Board of Supervisors, which references specifically counties, or counties are state constitutional sub-organizations of our government. So that particular provision applies to charter cities.
It doesn't.
To answer your question, absolutely.
So maybe I should just restart this again. My name is Joshua Jenkins, and I'm a 10-year veteran, and I suffer from PTSD. So that's why I write this down on paper before I tell you. And so I'm going to read my second question, which is regarding utilization by veteran-owned businesses of expedited application processing. Based on state law, these businesses are to be expedited, specifically as stated in Business and Professions Code 115.4. Does the city intend on expediting the processing of applications from veteran-owned businesses ahead of others, given that the laws of the state of California afford the same? Or will we, as a veteran-owned business, require legal relief to utilize this provision of city permit processing?
So I don't know if that particular provision actually applies to the general city. It may only apply to the state processing of things, but under what was adopted by the council, it
did include veterans in type 3, but that was for the deferral of fees, and that was not for...
And in the priority processing of applications.
Yes, but the full implementation of the program is in effect, but the law says now, and is referenced by the the Bureau of Cannabis Control Emergency Regulations, specifically section 5002C5, that the state is already recognizing the ability of these entities that are predominantly veteran-owned, to utilize this provision to expedite them to the front of the line, because while minorities and women should be afforded equity for treatment, veterans come from all walks of life. Doesn't matter if you're a woman, man, doesn't matter where you come from.
So the priority processing part is what I was trying to explain to that gentleman, I think I did, Is that, like, right now, that's the only piece that I have kind of like clear, I think, a clear green light on, right? What I haven't identified is a source of funds for the fee waivers, right? So I can't grant a fee waiver because I don't have the money yet, right? But what I can do currently is for those that meet that criteria, I can do the prior processing of the application of the CP.
Well, I draw
That's
attention
the work that I
to.
can do right now.
Well, I draw attention to Brooks v. County of Santa Clara from 1987, wherein the court actually did make a determination that it doesn't matter if the code requires that you pull those fees as a part of funding the program, those fees are waived for veterans because of Business Professions Code 16102. I also draw attention to the state's attorney's, the Attorney General of the State of California's opinion, number 09402, in which he stated that it's not, as long as it doesn't deal with sales of alcohol, this does apply. And it, as such, as being that the cannabis industry is coming online, this is the first time that probably a lot of companies are utilizing. That's why I draw attention to the crowd, because this gentleman right here is a veteran. He should be able to utilize that, and it shouldn't be a secret. The government should have told us that that provision's in there and that they should be included when you guys did your search for the inclusion of veterans in the equity program. You only allowed for a fee deferral for type 3 licenses, but based on a simple Google search and a little bit of legal knowledge, Business Professions Code section 16102 pops up, along with case law and supporting opinions from attorney generals that allow for the deferral regardless if the city council said that those fees are supposed to be associated with the payment of the application of the program. And that was specifically dealing with health. Brooks v. Santa Clara, County of Santa Clara was specifically dealing with the health code and the enforcement health code and dealing with peanuts.
Okay,
So I'm not saying we're finding
information that's going to help expedite this program.
Well, I mean, I just gave you the information. It's on a matter of public record, and all these people now know, so they can also be informed as well. And so if we've got to listen to beautiful waves down here talking for 15 minutes about how carbon fiber and we can get cannabis worldwide, then you got to listen to me make my statement that I wrote down because I have a disability. That's fair. That's my accommodation for having a disability.
Well, I apologize, and thank you for your service, and I was the one who put the
You did put veterans in the program, and I believe that September stakeholder meeting, I was the one who requested that fee. I believe that the September stakeholder meeting, I was the one who specifically requested that fee put into the veterans program.
Sir, it was already it.
But it wasn't, because on September, I had to ask the question. So if it did, then I wouldn't have asked the question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, and absolutely, and that was the intent of including. If there are ways to defer the fees or waive the fees, there's also still Proposition 26, so I'm going to be interested to see how those business and professions come to kind of Prop 26, which says you can't actually waive a fee, right? So you actually have to pay for the fee. So I can't actually waive a fee. I have to find money to pay for the fee.
I mean, that's the finding the money is not the concern. It's the affording the ability of veterans to defer or to actually be exempt from the fees per law. That's a you problem, not a me problem. A me problem is that veterans are entitled to equity per law, and how your department figures out how to do the comp trolling, that's on your department. But at the end of the day, the veterans need to be placed above others. They need to have the advantages because while everybody else was here working on business and doing that and stuff, those 1%ers were on the front lines defending your right to have those businesses in the first place. And so to laugh and to shut me down, and you have not interrupted certain people from talking, but yet you interrupted me. That really shows a lot about how you view veterans. And the fact that I even have to sit up here and defend myself for reading off of a piece of paper as a medical accommodation, that's absolutely absurd. Thank you. You interrupted me, and you didn't allow me the opportunity to fully elaborate on my statements, which you did. And I think that we all have the recordings of that to be able to prove that.
Thank you very much for your service. If there's a way to waive that fee or defer it, absolutely going to do it. Absolutely. If we can do that faster,
That's all we want.
If there's a provision in there that allows us to not kind of circumvent Prop 26, which is what we've been operating under, which is we can't actually waive fees. I don't have the funds allocated to pay down the fees, so I don't have a fee waiver to issue because I don't have the funds to actually waive the fee yet. So, but if there's a provision that allows to do that, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, as long as we're on the same page, because I'm just advocating for
Absolutely
veterans.
not fighting on it.
All right, fantastic. I mean, well, the only reason that I even stood today was because 2 weeks ago when I was in your office asking the same question that this gentleman asked about the deferral of fees associated with utilization of the equity program, we were told that we couldn't utilize that program until its full implementation, a time that's yet to be concisely defined outside of Q2 2018. So therein lies the issue. It's simple. You even said it
Well,
yourself.
that still may be the case.
Defer
right?
till the point where
that still may
those
be the-
businesses can be identified and until that program is in full
So
implementation.
it still may be the case. I need to complete an RFP. That RFP needs to be issued. That RFP needs to be responded to. That RFP needs to be awarded, right? In terms of like the small business support center.
But the fee deferral is outside of the Small Business Support Center. Those are two separate issues in that core program utilization. They're in two separate sections.
Those are.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, hold on, but there's also another, I'm hoping that the code section that you reference is that simple. Because the other challenge that we have around paying down the fees is I actually potentially have to award the RFP and then give funding to the contractor to administer this program to turn around and pay the fees back to the city.
And I understand where you're going there.
I'm hoping it's that simple, right? But
I mean, I understand where you're going there, but what you're saying still is that somebody has to pay for it outside of the city in order for a veteran to be able to utilize it. That violates Business and Professions Code Section 16102 and the opinion of the Attorney General and supporting case law from 1987 in the County of Santa Clara. And that's all I'm trying to do is draw attention to it. I tried to go meet with your office 2 weeks ago, and no one had greeted me. You guys were in training, understandable. But I was told to call back in a month or two. That's not acceptable. This is a time-sensitive thing, and the equity treatment of individuals is every second that goes by that the city of Sacramento does not afford equity to those minority applicants, women applicants, and veteran applicants. They're doing a disservice to the community.
again, I'm not fighting on this.
Okay, fantastic. I'm happy we're on the same page. Because, I mean, I'm just saying it for a matter of public record because that's what my company sent me to do.
Again, I'm not fighting on this. I'm hoping that business profession code is that clear and simple and allows us to circumvent Prop 26.
Okay, fantastic. Fair enough.
Because it is not, it's not this, at least it hasn't been as far as simple and clear cut as just that. And if it is, absolutely, let's do it.
Fair enough. Fantastic.
Somebody look at it, Joe.